The big gong has been fired in a very, very emotional way. The big gong has been fired. Now that the Middle Belt governors have noticed one of the things they could not withstand, we can now safely say that our word is a spiritual word. And most of the times, what we try to perceive may not really make much sense. That's just the biggest truth. You see, yesterday I made an information that the Finland government has now replied with a heavy blow to those who think that they can come and control, the Biafran people. They have replied, and their reply was top notch. You see, one thing I would say is this: when it comes to anyone who wants to achieve this Biafran thing, whether from Nigeria or from inside the country, one thing must happen, another thing must happen. It all depends on where it wants to start from. Yes, it all depends where it starts from. But one thing we will not tolerate, nor say, is that PM Simon Ekpa has just finished the job. The work is done. The work is done. Everybody has understand. Everybody now sees that our victory is well achieved. Because by the time we communicate and by the time we put ourselves together, we must, with a large understanding, turn ourselves into a proper order. And by so doing, everything must be put across. Yes. So, as we now get across to where everything pays, let's again put ourselves together and make sure that everything we are preaching is happening as planned. Omochineke. The battle line has been drawn, and Finland government will be meeting with the US government to finally decide their immediate withdrawal, because the United Nations is already worried about these two brothers who are engaging themselves because of one man called Simon Ekpa. But 2024 is bringing a lot of light, and that light is something that most people will never understand. It all depends on the theory, but the theory has already begun. I leave you with good tidings. Middle Belt governors in big shock as over 10,000 first batch Biafran soldiers arrive Middle Belt to begin the training of the Middle Belt Alliance, the 40,000 that will be provided by the Middle Belt youth. Hear the news in details. Lovers of freedom and freedom fighters, we have come again with one interesting video and one interesting news that some of you have not heard. some of you have not seen, some of you have not received. I must tell you that there is a big force that is happening already, a big force that is growing, a big force that is already pushing to that very point. Onyano yozie wanneya. You see, we must come together to realize that we are a people that must be put in place. It doesn't matter how they want to do it. It doesn't matter who wants to do it. What matters more is that Biafra is already coming close. 10,000 first batch has arrived. I told you in 2023 we are done with talk. It is action this time around. 2024. It is action. Everybody must get a test of what it looks like. Everybody must get a test. And that is why I said, Onyanwu na nkwu ngwa na-abịa. Onyanwu kwa na nkwu. Kedu ife iji anwụrụ nkwu for? Kedu ife iji anwụrụ nkwu for? Because ekwukata ya esi n'ife ekwure na-ekwu ya ọfụma. Mana kedu ife iji anwụrụ nkwu for? Again and again, more things will be perceived, promoted, inclined, and put the way it should be put before you know what is happening. So as we come together to fish out the bones, let's equally understand that the game has changed. We must consider more effective drone, organize ourselves, and make sure that every articulation is well articulated. So, this big space, the Middle Belt governors are now complaining and are now writing petition to the African Union that these boys these boys funny yifegu. When I give each okafakuo, and only fe ndamelono. These boys did nothing to you people. But every day by day, it is one talk or the other talk. But the game has changed. And we are now prolonging our words to that very part where everybody must see how it grows. It doesn't matter. But along the line, as we push through this whole situation, let's again understand that this phase, this journey, this product has just begun. 10,000 first batch, just first batch. And that was PM's promise. He said in 2024, the tears of the Middle Belt will end. How can every day Ebu is in the money, Ebu na Jos, Ebu na Plateau, Ebu na Kogi, Ebu na Benue, Ebu na Kaduna, every day, Zamfara. Ndana amweni ha nwere onye na-ekwu okwu. Aka ejuo m say again na ọ ga-eruo mgbe ihe a ga-ebi. Ọ ga-eruo na mgbe ihe a niile ga-eme gị ga-ebi. Let's tell ourselves the truth. If only we know the truth. So as we put ourselves in this one circle, let's again understand that there's no room for failures. No room at all. It is either victory or no victory. Ụmụ Chineke, ọ bụ na ka o si dị m n'ọnụ.